Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to another anime first look with the TheMKninja. So I was wondering just what the heck I would review after Erased, then get to stuff like 91 Days and Kiss Him Not Me and whatever else I want to do after that. And I came across a Toonami ad for Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. Then I remembered that the US is having the movie come out, which I will do a review about. So I felt like now is a pretty great time to watch and review the Ghost in the Shell show, so that way I get a better understanding of what it will be like when I watch the movie. There are a lot of movies for this series, which I'll probably get to at some point, but for now, just the show. The anime is 26 episodes, so I'll base this off the first 8. How'd it fare? Let's find out. The year is 2030, in a future where you can replace practically any part of your body with robotics. Such is the case of Motoko Kusanagi, though everyone refers to her as the Major. She is a woman working with an independent police force called Section 9 that deals with very dangerous criminals who oftentimes have gotten their hands on this advanced technology themselves. After a few standalone episodes of the crew solving individual cases, the real fun begins. An old case called the Laughing Man rears its ugly head once more when new information is about to come to one of Section 9's agents, Togusa. But when his info guy ends up getting killed in an accident, he investigates it on his own and brings his findings to the rest of the team, and they all spring onto the case once again. What follows is police conspiracy, drama, and the revival of a 6-year-old case that might finally get put to rest. This does remind me a lot of Psychopaths, though this obviously came out first. The overall case is pretty interesting, and the show does touch upon ideas that I've heard are staples of Ghost in the Shell about the soul inside the machine. It is an interesting concept, but obviously the idea of this show isn't really based around that. That's what the movies are probably for. This is meant to be a detective thriller with an interesting sci-fi edge, as well as psychological ideas such as the ones I just discussed. And for what it is, I think it works, and it definitely makes me more interested in watching the movies. Also, what's interesting is that between episodes of the main plot are more standalone cases, which I think helps mix it up a bit and makes it more flowing, instead of just always doing this one thing. The characters so far are pretty good. Unlike Psychopaths, their personalities are generally a bit more restrained and realistic, which I think is what the purpose is. Motoko is a pretty interesting badass, who definitely knows what she's doing. She's generally very business-oriented, but she isn't above making a few quips every now and then, though Bato is usually the one who makes the jokes. Despite his appearance, he's probably the most light-hearted one, but he's still strong and skilled and also a badass. Togusa, though, in my opinion, is not as interesting as the others. He's just kind of normal. He's not bad, though. He's just more restrained. And Daisuke, their boss, is usually very business-related and serious, but he's also pretty interesting. The other members of the crew don't get too much screen time, but they're fine. They do have their nice sense of camaraderie, and they all have their moments. The animation is a bit dated in some ways, but I think for what it is, it's still good. The city and the technology look pretty cool, and the action scenes are rather fun. The CG animation looks fine. It's not the best, and it kinda sticks out, but it's fine. The voice acting in the dub is good. Motoko is voiced by Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, and I think she's a fine fit. She's stoic, but shows enough inflection. Richard Epcar voices Bato, and I think he sounds like a good fit too. Togusa and Daisuke are played by Crispin Freeman and William Frederick McKnight, respectively, and again, good fits in my opinion. Overall, I'll be honest, I feel like I would enjoy the movies more because I bet they dive more into the psychology of it, but I'm still enjoying Standalone Complex. I think it's good. It's interesting, it has good characters, the technology is really cool, the ideas are really cool, and the cases are interesting and pretty fun. Check it out and see for yourself. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. Also make sure to check out my supporters, all that great stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.